Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Duggar Family. Latest news update. Jinger Duggar is sharing her thoughts on influenza vaccines. In an Instagram Q&A with her followers on Wednesday, January 7th, the former Counting On star was asked if she gets the flu shot. "I've never had one and not sure if I'd get one or not at this point," Duggar, 32, replied, "but I sure do hate the flu." According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, seasonal influenza activity is elevated and continues to increase across the country. Jinger Duggar doesn't like to use normal sunscreens. Lets her kids soak up some sun from time to time. Nearly all 50 states are experiencing high to very high levels of flu activity. Common symptoms include fevers, sore throat, extreme fatigue, and body aches. Duggar's post, however, comes days after the Department of Health and Human Services announced a major overhaul of the childhood vaccination schedule. Effective immediately, the administration said on Monday, January 5th, that the flu vaccine will be taken off the official childhood vaccine schedule for the current flu season. However, the CDC still recommends seasonal flu vaccination for children, pregnant women, and adults. Duggar shares Felicity, 7, Evangeline, 5, and Finnegan, 9 months, with husband Jeremy Vuolo in her latest Instagram Q&A. The former TLC reality star didn't address if other family members do or don't get the flu vaccine. According to the CDC, Americans can take steps to avoid getting a serious case of the flu. Some tips include practicing excellent hygiene like frequent hand washing and covering coughs. It's also recommended to avoid close contact with sick people, disinfect surfaces, and support your immune system with a healthy diet, exercise, and rest. This isn't the first time Duggar has made headlines for her health opinions. Why Jinger Duggar is going back and forth about switching son Finn to Formula 5 months after birth. In October 2025, the mother of 3 got candid about her feelings toward modern medicine after her daughter Felicity was taken to the emergency room for a possible ear infection. "I don't like doing medicine," she said on a podcast after offering her daughter ibuprofen for pain. "I'm anti-medicine." Vuolo ultimately took Felicity to the ER, clarifying that his wife isn't so crunchy, that she's against modern medicine entirely. During her Q&A on Wednesday, Duggar was also asked to share her favorite workout or fitness habits. Jinger Duggar felt like doctor gave her hard drugs after she had daughter Felicity after giving birth in March 2025. Duggar admitted that she hasn't been as devoted to fitness as she once was. "So I actually have not jumped back into working out since having Finn, and I really hope too soon. Because as the new year is starting, that is definitely one of the things at the top of my list." Which I feel like it's just so cliche because everybody's like, "My New Year's resolution is to start working out again," she said. "Well, legit. That's my New Year's resolution. That and to have more consistent devotions early in the morning. We'll see how it works," Duggar continued. "I really don't know right now. There's so much to juggle now with the kids, and I gotta make it happen. It's time. In the past, I have done virtual Beachbody, which I love," which she said she loves. From there, the conversation naturally shifted back to Jinger Duggar's overall approach to health, parenting, and balance, something that has continued to define her public image in recent years. While she didn't give a definitive answer about whether she would ever get a flu shot, her honesty stood out to many fans. Rather than pushing a strong opinion, Jinger openly admitted that she is still unsure, a response that reflects her evolving mindset as a mother of 3, navigating real decisions outside the rigid structure she once lived under. Her comments come at a time when health officials across the country are urging families to remain vigilant as flu cases surge. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, flu activity remains high across nearly all states, with hospitals reporting increased visits related to influenza complications. Symptoms such as high fever, body aches, extreme fatigue, sore throat, and respiratory distress have been widely reported, especially among young children and older adults. Despite recent changes announced by the Department of Health and Human Services regarding childhood vaccine schedules, the CDC continues to recommend seasonal flu vaccinations for children, pregnant women, and adults during the current flu season. Health experts stress that vaccination remains one of the most effective tools to reduce severe illness, hospitalizations, and flu-related deaths. Jinger, however, chose not to weigh in on government policy or public health debates directly. Instead, she kept the focus on her personal experience and comfort level, a pattern that has become familiar to those who follow her closely. She also did not clarify whether her husband Jeremy Vuolo or their children received the flu vaccine. Leaving that aspect of her family's health routine private, Jinger and Jeremy share 3 children: Felicity, Evangeline, and baby Finnegan. Since becoming a mother, Jinger has frequently spoken about how parenting has changed her perspective, especially when it comes to making medical and lifestyle decisions. She has often emphasized the importance of listening, learning, and making informed choices rather than following any one philosophy blindly. This is not the first time Jinger Duggar has drawn attention for her health-related views. In the past, she has openly admitted to feeling hesitant about medication and medical interventions. In October 2025, she revealed that she generally dislikes using medicine, a statement she made after her daughter Felicity was taken to the emergency room for a possible ear infection at the time. Jinger explained that she prefers to avoid medication when possible, describing herself as anti-medicine. That comment quickly sparked debate online, with some fans applauding her transparency while others raised concerns about the potential risks of delaying medical care. Jeremy Vuolo later clarified that his wife is not entirely against modern medicine and is willing to seek professional help when necessary. According to Jeremy, when Felicity was experiencing pain, the couple agreed that medical evaluation was the right choice, demonstrating that their parenting decisions are based on discussion and situational judgment rather than strict rules. During her recent Instagram Q&A, Jinger was also asked about her fitness routine, another topic she addressed with candid honesty. She admitted that since giving birth to Finnegan in March 2025, she has not yet returned to a consistent workout schedule. Between caring for a newborn and managing daily responsibilities with 3 children, finding time for fitness has been a challenge. Jinger shared that getting back into shape is one of her goals for the new year. Even acknowledging how common that resolution sounds, she explained that in the past she enjoyed virtual Beachbody workouts and hopes to return to them when her schedule allows. Alongside fitness, she also mentioned wanting to develop more consistent early morning devotional habits, highlighting her desire for spiritual growth despite a busy home life beyond vaccines and fitness. Jinger has previously spoken about other lifestyle choices, including sun exposure and skincare. She once revealed that she avoids traditional sunscreen products and allows her children to spend time in the sun, believing that moderation is important. As with many of her statements, this sparked mixed reactions, with some fans agreeing and others expressing concern. Public response to Jinger's latest Q&A has once again been divided. Supporters argue that she is simply sharing her personal experiences and uncertainties, not offering medical advice. Critics, however, worry about the influence public figures can have when discussing health topics. Particularly during an intense flu season, health professionals continue to emphasize that individuals can reduce their risk of serious illness by practicing good hygiene, washing hands frequently, covering coughs and sneezes, disinfecting commonly touched surfaces, avoiding close contact with sick individuals, and maintaining a strong immune system through proper diet, exercise, and adequate rest. As Jinger Duggar continues to navigate life as a public figure, mother, and former reality TV star, her willingness to speak openly about uncertainty sets her apart from many influencers who present polished, definitive answers. Whether fans agree with her views or not, her transparency keeps her at the center of ongoing conversations about modern parenting, health choices, and personal autonomy. And as flu season continues to impact families nationwide, Jinger's comments serve as a reminder that many parents are still figuring things out in real time, balancing expert advice with personal comfort and lived experience. At the same time, Jinger Duggar's comments reflect a much larger conversation happening among parents across the country. As health guidance continues to shift and public trust in institutions evolves, many families find themselves navigating a confusing middle ground, balancing expert recommendations with personal experiences, instincts, and comfort levels. Jinger's willingness to admit uncertainty rather than claim authority resonated with a segment of her audience who feel overwhelmed by conflicting information. For years, Jinger's life unfolded under public scrutiny. Growing up on reality television meant that even deeply personal moments were often shaped for mass consumption. Now, as an adult and a mother, her approach appears noticeably different. Instead of presenting firm conclusions, she often shares the process of decision-making itself. This shift has changed how many viewers perceive her, not as a spokesperson for a belief system, but as a woman actively unlearning, relearning, and adjusting in real time. That evolution becomes especially visible when health topics arise. Unlike earlier seasons of her life, where medical decisions were often framed through strict ideological lenses, Jinger's recent comments suggest a more flexible and situational approach. Her remarks about the flu vaccine did not include rejection, endorsement, or advocacy. Instead, they highlighted hesitation, reflection, and an acknowledgement of discomfort with illness itself. Public reaction unfolded quickly. On social media platforms, supporters praised her honesty, noting that many people share similar doubts but rarely voice them publicly. Others expressed concern, arguing that high-profile figures should be cautious when discussing medical topics during periods of widespread illness. The debate, however, remained largely centered on interpretation rather than accusation. A contrast to the harsher backlash she faced in earlier years, health professionals, observing the broader conversation, emphasized that uncertainty is not uncommon, particularly among parents of young children. Medical guidance, while grounded in research, often must be translated into personal decisions within households that differ widely in values, resources, and experiences. Experts continue to stress that preventive care, including vaccination, is one of several tools available. Alongside hygiene, nutrition, and early intervention, Jinger's parenting style, as portrayed through interviews, podcasts, and social media interactions, often emphasizes moderation rather than extremes. Whether discussing medicine, fitness, or lifestyle choices, she repeatedly returns to the idea of balance. This framing has become a consistent theme, especially as she raises 3 children at different developmental stages. Motherhood itself has reshaped her daily rhythms. With Felicity and Evangeline now school-aged and Finnegan still an infant, Jinger has spoken openly about exhaustion, time constraints, and the challenge of maintaining routines that once came easily. Her admission that fitness has taken a back seat since giving birth struck a familiar note with many parents who recognize the gap between intention and reality, rather than presenting a polished image of postpartum recovery. Jinger described her situation plainly. She acknowledged that while exercise remains important to her, energy and time are limited resources. Her New Year's goals were framed not as resolutions driven by pressure, but as hopes she plans to work toward gradually. That same honesty appeared in her discussion of spiritual habits. Jinger shared that she hopes to return to consistent early morning devotional practices, something she values deeply but struggles to maintain amid the demands of caring for young children. This admission further reinforced her image as someone navigating competing priorities rather than mastering them effortlessly. Looking back, Jinger's past statements about being anti-medicine remain a point of reference for many observers. However, when examined in context, those comments appear less about ideology and more about discomfort and fear. Her experience with Felicity's ear infection highlighted the tension many parents feel between wanting to avoid unnecessary intervention and recognizing when professional care is essential. Jeremy Vuelo's clarification at the time added nuance to the narrative. His comments suggested that decision-making within their household is collaborative, with room for differing perspectives and adjustment when circumstances demand it. This dynamic contrasts sharply with the rigid hierarchy often associated with the family Jinger grew up in, signaling a meaningful shift in how authority and choice function in her adult life. As the flu season continues, public health messaging remains focused on prevention, awareness, and early response. Officials encourage families to recognize symptoms quickly and seek medical advice when needed, particularly for children, the elderly, and individuals with compromised immune systems. Alongside vaccination, everyday practices such as hand washing, surface cleaning, and adequate rest are repeatedly emphasized. Jinger's silence on whether her children receive flu vaccines has also drawn attention. Some interpret this as intentional privacy, while others see it as part of her broader tendency to avoid making prescriptive statements. By not sharing specifics, she avoids positioning herself as a model to be followed. Instead, keeping the conversation centered on her personal reflections, this approach reflects a broader change in how she engages with her audience. Rather than instructing or persuading, she increasingly narrates. Her Q&A responses feel less like guidance and more like conversation, inviting dialogue rather than debate. In many ways, Jinger Duggar now occupies an in-between space. She is no longer the sheltered reality TV daughter many remember, but she also resists becoming a lifestyle authority. Her platform exists somewhere between public influence and personal journaling, a balance that continues to evolve as conversations around health, parenting, and autonomy grow increasingly polarized. Her willingness to say "I don't know yet" stands out. In a culture that often rewards certainty, that hesitation becomes its own form of statement. And as families across the country navigate another demanding flu season, Jinger's reflections echo a shared experience. Parents everywhere are making choices without perfect information, guided by care, concern, and the hope of doing what feels right for their children.